All right, that's Governor Hogan. All right, signed for April 2017. This is my second letter to Governor Hogan, and this was part of what I sent Governor Hogan. We, the undersigned supporters of Dwayne G. Davis Shorty, known Shorty for some time now, have found him to be a successful, well-respected member of the Baltimore, Maryland area community, as well as a successful, hard-working, honest businessman. All right? We are requesting that all state and local officials around the city of Zion, Illinois, all right, we are also employing any appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to assist Shorty in this effort to achieve justice. All right? That's what I got, a petition. All right? I got like 45 pages of this. I got a petition. I got a right to petition my governor and my government when I've been wronged by my government. It's like Dred Scott, and that's what I mistreated as property. See the date on that? That's February 2nd, 2011. That's the state's attorney's office, because I turned myself into the witness protection program. I asked for political asylum. I wanted to be protected from the police and Governor O'Malley and Scott Schellenberger. I went to the state's attorney to report the state's attorney the same way that I went to Mosby to report Schellenberger, and they still ain't did nothing about it. This was February the 2nd. This was time-stamped in the state's attorney's office. And they received the evidence. I resubmitted it. All right, that's my apartment on Loch Raven Boulevard, Baltimore City resident. This was the things that I was talking about when we was in the Indivisible Baltimore. These are the cases, Maryland and Illinois. That's why it makes it Dred Scott. And that's your city solicitor. They had all this information. They had all this evidence, and they did it. Your city solicitors, your Department of Law, denying blacks' rights under the law. All right. That's city, county, state, and federal levels in Maryland and in Illinois. It's Lake County, Illinois, Baltimore County, Maryland, Baltimore City. It's federal violations. Like I said, I gave this to Governor O'Malley. He didn't do nothing. Now Governor Hogan got it. Somebody got to do something. That's juror ID. That's my request to Judge Cox. So I gave him the video. I gave him the law. I gave him everything that he needed. I gave him everything that he needed. I gave him everything that they needed by law. I followed the law. I'm not a lawyer, but I know how to use the law. And I know how to write. Respectfully submitted to Judge Cox. I'm waiting for Judge Cox's. Judge Cox got one of these. I'm waiting for that from Judge Cox. And that's the comptroller of the state of Maryland. April the 18th. That's last week. I'm looking for a state and federal audit because you took money from me when I was incarcerated. You fines and fees, and that's a violation. All right? And I gave this to the police. Commissioner Davis got this. Chief Johnson had this. Sheriff Fisher got this. And they had this long before I got locked up. All right. I am Mr. Davis. An audit from 2007 to 17. Like I said, I'm trying to go back into business and I need an audit. The right to people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. You feel me? Contact Judge Cox. Encloses a copy. That's me, Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. So I did what they told me. That's the controller. That's a year ago, and the controller ain't did nothing about this yet. So I'm going to put the pressure on you. All right? No employee identification number, $160,000. I was very clear in my ask. And it's notarized. See the date? It's perfectly legal. So everything that I sent Governor Hogan, I'm getting ready to send Jeff Sessions. I'm getting ready to send Jeff Sessions right there. And we're going to go through this minority report because it got everything that I need to send to who I got to go to. This is a PDF file. And anybody can see this PDF file, all right? That's the minority report. I use outhouses because I be outing y'all. And y'all need to be outed anyway. Alright? It's 87 pages, so I'm going to go through it. I started it on MySpace. You can go to YouTube. And the YouTube page is Shorty's Voice. Got 238 videos there. AOL account, the state took that. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. And that's my letter to President Obama. He gave us the audacity of hope. I'm giving you the reality of truth. Blacks have no rights in which white America gotta respect. That's Congressman Cummings, Senator Cardin, Mikulski, Miss Dion from the ACLU and the Department of Justice. Like I said, my paperwork in order. That's the court. That's the case. I'm going to turn this into a book. I'm going to turn this book into a movie. That's pilot towing because y'all protect pilot towing because that's part of your corruption crew. Pilot towing gets that, just like y'all did that towing scandal out in Baltimore County, they doing the same thing there. See, 13th is my lucky number. That's my lucky number. The entire contents of the defendant's vehicle, a 1999 Chevy Suburban. All right? That's my lawyer. This was date issued. You are liable for a body attachment and a fine and failure. That's a court order to return my property, and nobody's returned my property. Nobody's giving me my money. Nobody's giving me what belongs to me. But y'all keep trying to lock me up. This is my jailhouse diary, and I gave you a jailhouse diary. This is my first draft of the third. This is what I went through the whole time I was locked up. I'm an activist. All right? I am Dwayne Davis. Everybody know me as Shorty, and I work with the homeless. This diary details the abuses of power by Governor O'Malley, Scott Schellenberger, Greg Bernstein, Judge Turnbull, Judge Souter, Chief Justice Bell, Judge Holland, and previous Judge Pearson, the state. All right? That's what gives me a right to sue you. All right? The diary exposes the racism and the corruption in the courts. Like I said, everything here is on a PDF file. In the event that something happened to me, that's only page 1 of 11. The diary is 11 pages long. Everyone named in this diary can be contacted. You can file a Freedom of Information Act. Work with the Department of Corrections and the Office of Chief Johnson, Baltimore County Police Department, Schellenberger, and Governor O'Malley's office. I was locked up February the 7th, 2011 in retaliation for my advocacy and retaliation for my work to get ex-felons and inmates registered to vote as black Republicans. That's when I started. Filed for a public defender, told me an intake officer. So I showed you where you denied me a public defender. I didn't get a public defender. Showed you about Dr. Tolbert. Like I said, this is very well detailed. Day for day, the 15th. It details the treatment of inmates inside the Baltimore County Detention Center. All right. Gave Captain Watson. While I was in jail, I kept everything documented and organized. I showed everybody I contacted who knew what I was in jail, what I was fighting while I was in jail. I fired my lawyer and defended myself. Shakedown. They kept shaking my shell down. 5 white shirts, 5 uniforms, coming to make the inmates take shout. Man, yeah. I got everything documented. I can show you the treatment. I can show you solitary confinement. I can show you where they destroy evidence. I can show you everything that you need to see. All right? Everything. It's right here in this minority report. That's Washington, D.C., 2014. That's the Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General. That's my case file. I got a case with the Department of Justice. And there goes my mail receipt. That's from the White House. President Obama said, done to my satisfaction, and it's not done to my satisfaction. You gave us the audacity of hope, but you left us locked up and lost. And now we got to deal with Donald Trump. That's where President Obama asked for an investigation. I'm the subject of the investigation. You see that? That's me, Dwayne G. Davis, inmate, Waukegan, Illinois. Thank you for your recent correspondence to the Chicago office. All right? Now, he's getting ready to be an advocate in Illinois again. So I'm going to resubmit all my paperwork to President Obama. That's my senator. He was a senator then. That's how long I've been fighting this and exposing this prison industry. That's the state's attorney in Lake County, Illinois, Ken LaRue. They destroyed evidence. They took the videotape and destroyed it. There go the cases. Like I said, everything here is documented. Gives you the times, the dates, gives you the violations. And it was submitted. And that's who it was submitted to. Because that's my Department of Justice case number. And all these people got this. I said, I ain't gonna keep no secrets. See that? That's 2010, long before I got locked up. That's my apartment on Lock Raven Boulevard. And it says right there, Governor O'Malley, Judge Bell. It names the people right there and telling you what I was gonna do. Told you I was making a movie about racism in your judicial system. And I did it to you legally, in your face. Not just on Facebook and MySpace. I wrote you letters. And I got mail receipts, and I sent it certified. So there's no misunderstandings about nothing I say or do to you. That's what's going to make this book and this movie so spectacular. I don't have to change nothing. I don't have to change nothing. Attorney, Registry, and Disciplinary Committee. Because like I said, I'm turning in dirty judges, lawyers, and politicians, exposing the corruption in the courts and the prison industry. Our last letter was dated 3/23/2007. Dog, 10 long years I've been doing this. And all of this is in the minority report. Governor Hogan got it. The Department of Justice got this. So can't nobody deny nothing. When I say your name, you got to accept it. You got to deal with it. When I say your name, deny it. Call me a liar. I dare you. When I say your name, going to be in front of the Department of Justice because Patrick Fitzgerald got this, Lisa Madigan got this, and we're going to show the statement of facts. I know how to do discovery, and this is going to be part of my discovery when you take me in front of the grand jury or I go in front of the Supreme Court as Dred Scott. We're going to submit a whole lot of this, all of this. The Civil Rights Division of the FBI got it too. Dear Patrick Fitzgerald, all right, respectfully submitted. These are the inmates whose rights were denied while they were locked up, that were beaten, that were tortured, that pleaded guilty to crimes they didn't commit. I got their stories documented in my diary in Illinois. All right, that's the Lake County Sheriff's Office. That's a jailhouse diary. And I sent that diary to the Department of Justice, Eric Holder. All right. Inmate request slips, timed and dated. And that's the SOS. That's the SOS. See how many people signed this? I'll show you the addresses. You ain't got to know the names. Look at the address. Look at the zip codes. I got pages of it. Pages of it. People that support me. Just because you see me by myself don't mean I'm by myself. You feel me? I'm still doing what need to be done. So I'm showing you this So there ain't no misunderstandings. And it's going on Periscope, so anybody can see it at any time. These are the supporters of Shorty, and we had sent this to Congressman Cummings. We sent it to Cardins. We sent it to Sarbanes. We sent it to Mikulski. We sent it to our state representatives, our local representatives. Scott Schellenberger had this. Greg Bernstein had this. And these are for the people from St. Paul's. All right? See that? Like I said, this is very well documented. I got everything I need to approach the Supreme Court. When you petition your government to represent you, to protect your rights. Got pages and pages of it, man, I'm telling you. You can check this out on the PDF file. That's me in Lake County, Illinois, when I was filming. That was in June of 2007. I was filming a documentary, and it was about inmates. It was about the Lake County Jail. It's a legal notice. Baltimore County, Lake County, and Baltimore City. People of the state of Illinois, Lake County versus Dwayne G. Davis. That was the case. That was the Dred Scott case. See it? That's what I put in front of Congressman Cummings' office for making a film based on the Dred Scott decision. You reading that? A documentary based on the Dred Scott decision. That's what you locked me up for, because I was showing you and comparing past to the presents. And it was about Governor O'Malley's stop and frisk. Like I said, y'all been riding Governor O'Malley's coattail. I just been telling Governor O'Malley's story. I'm a caterer. I've been in your house. I know what you've been doing. That's the Privacy Act. And right there, Lisa Madigan, Dutch Ruppersberger, Senator Cardins, Mikulski, for filming a documentary. The documentary was about the Democratic Party in the state of Maryland. It was about Congressman Cummings. It was about Sarbanes. It was about how y'all passed laws to enslave our community. And I've been doing this since how long? Since 2006. See that? That's Senator Ben Cardin's office. And I started at Cardin's office in 2007. See that? That's the emails. I got what I need. That's John Cardins. See the names on the emails? John Cardins, Bobby Zirkin, Executive Director of the ACLU. That's why I say y'all can't sue me. Y'all can't sue me for libel, defamation of character, or nothing. When this comes into a book and the book comes into a movie, I'm going to expose the money behind the prison industry. I'm going to pull your card. That's my file number. All right? That's my lawyer. I had to defend myself. Like I said, that's the ACLU. Thank you for contacting the ACLU. All right? And we're going to show you about the ACLU. 2015. That's Congressman Cummings' office. All right? He said he's going to help. So let's push this. Give me my property back. Give me a talk in front of the Judiciary Committee like I've been asking. That I've been asking for years now. Police brutality, judiciary fraud, prisoner's right advocate to follow up. So if Congressman Cummings said he's going to let me do it, then Congressman Cummings need to start doing it. Because until he do, I'm going to keep riding him. I'm going to ride everybody that was at that town hall last week. I'm going to ride you until you tell the truth or I get my freedom. You going to do what you supposed to do? Because I got everything right here. Senator Ben Cardins. Dwayne Davis, Falls Road, 2007. Like I said, I got my paperwork in order. I got everything I need about our public and elected officials to show you how they care about blacks in Baltimore, to show you how they profit from the prison industry. I'm a whistleblower. You incarcerated a whistleblower. And then you took all my property. And I'm just supposed to be quiet. I'm supposed to sit down and shut up. No, I'm not. I'm going to make a movie about it. I'm going to tell the world. We're going to see how quiet you're going to keep this shit. I'm a whistleblower's application. You received the mail on Friday. Yeah. That's the Department of Justice, Ronald Davis, Eric Holder. It's the Democratic Party. And I'm showing you about the Democratic Party. How they've been enslaving the black community for over 50 years. I remember Martin Luther King was a Republican. He was a Republican for a reason. I ain't got nothing to hide from none of y'all. That's the internal investigation where I asked for the Witness Protection Program and asked for the Baltimore City Police to be investigated for coming to my house, putting guns to my head. Commissioner Davis got this. They ain't did nothing about this in 8 years now, because this happened in 2010. This happened in 2010 when you came in my house. I got it on video with the FBI where I made the complaint to the FBI. So let's do what we do. Y'all took the originals, but I got the copies. And I got the master copies of the videos. Senator Kirk. Department of Justice. This is where the Department of Justice destroyed my evidence. Dear Mr. Davis, our office no longer has your files. You destroyed my files. The Department of Justice participated in the crime. That's the office of Rod Rosenstein. This is Rod Rosenstein's office. February 2015, because they was doing that investigation about Baltimore City. And I was turning in evidence for that investigation. Long before the Department of Justice came here, I was already reporting y'all to the Department of Justice. It hasn't been 2 years. This was evidence for a federal investigation requested by Senator President Obama. Yeah. And they just said they destroyed it. That's your government. All right? That's your government. Commissioner Batts got it too. Batts ain't telling y'all about it. Batts took his money and ran. Department of Justice, see that? That's our email address. I have no videotape evidence. I have videotape evidence. Like I said, I videotaped everything I got. And I recorded the cards. That's my card. I'm gonna pull your card. That's the property that we need to talk about. That's the property that the state's attorney in Baltimore and Lake County, Illinois destroyed. All right? That was ordered by the court to be returned. That's the videotape I took in December of 2007. And that videotape shows you everything that I did. Chief Public Defender participated in it. I'll show you where the public defender worked with the state's attorney to enslave black people in Lake County, Illinois. And that's Governor O'Malley. And that's my son, Philip. I was at the census. That's March of 2009. That's my store on Falls Road. This is my third attempt to be heard. The same way that I'm writing Governor Hogan, I wrote Governor O'Malley the same thing. I wrote him the same thing. That's Judge Turnbull. You get that information from Judge Turnbull, that mail receipt. Look at that number to the left-hand corner. He can't hide from this. I contacted the judges, the lawyers, and everybody. Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake and the Commissioner Davis got this. Because I told you, I'm going to use art and activism to get my point across. And there's nothing that you can do about it. Art and activism. So that concludes the minority report. The same letter that I sent Governor Hogan, same letter I'm going to send, same one. I'm going to be very creative with this. And you got it coming next.